Hi guys, why a one product store? Okay, so before we get to the concept of a one product store, I do want to go over a few slides and just really show you guys the type of stores that exist in drop shipping. And I'm gonna do a comparison between all of them, and then ultimately, after weighing all the options, I will tell you exactly why this course is centered around the one product store approach, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay. And for those of you guys who have been familiar with me already for a while and have seen my YouTube videos and just have been really part and very heavily involved in the community, you guys will know that when I started building this community, I preached very highly. Like all I did was preach general stores, okay? And that's something I've started to steer away. If you guys, as you guys have started, or if you haven't started to notice, I've been steering away from general products, and actually now I am very into one product stores, and it's the type of stores that I have been running. Okay, I stopped running general stores. And, there's a couple of reasons for that, which we'll cover in these slides. But just note that this is the new approach that I've been taking lately. Okay. But yeah, just a lot of you that know me, I know you. I just didn't want you to be confused, and this is why I wanted to mention this, because I know I used to preach general stores, but now we're going the one product store route, okay, guys? And we'll dive into it and get a little more in depth as to why. But first things first, what are the types of stores that you can see in drop shipping, okay? And these are just general examples. I'm not saying Walmart and Amazon are drop shippers. I'm just saying, just so you guys have an idea, what are general stores or what they look like, and what are, what niche stores and one product stores, okay? So types of stores. General stores are stores like Walmart, Amazon.com, just stores where you can literally buy and get anything you want. Like there's not really anything specific. You can buy food, you can buy clothes, you can buy a TV, you can buy you can buy movies, you can buy anything. Literally, it's just a store that has everything. Okay, that's a general store. It's what we call a general store. And this is what I was a fan of before, and I'll get into why I'm not anymore. But I just wanted to show you guys what that was. Now you also have niche stores, which are basically stores focused on a particular niche or category. Okay, so examples of these are PetSmart or Home Depot. Okay, PetSmart because it's literally a store dedicated to only selling products for pets. Be it dogs, cats, birds, you name it. Okay, all the pets that are out that are PetSmart sells, but mostly dog and cat stuff, just because those are the pets that people have the most. But yeah, it's a focused store. Okay, it's a store centered around just dogs, just cats, very focused. Very niche. That's a niche. It's a small segment of the market. Okay, and and then PetSmart is a great example of a niche store. Home Depot is also one of those stores that sells everything related to home, home repairs, home decor, anything related to repairing the homes. That's another category store. Okay, Home Depot, you won't find food in Home Depot. You won't find computers or anything like that. You only find things related for homes, mostly like things to fix things, or things for construction and things like that. So it's very, very niche specific store as well. Okay, and then one product stores, which is the approach we're taking. It's a store that's literally built and centered around one product. Now, as far as a physical store in real life, like Walmart, Amazon, things like that, or PetSmart even, it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me to come up with an example of what a one product store looks like in brick and mortar wise. I don't even think there's a one product store brick and mortar. I think honestly this is a fairly new concept, and one product stores didn't really start being a thing until the beginning of this year. So it's actually a very, very new approach. That people have been taking in drop shipping and in e-commerce. So I really doubt that there's any one product stores in real life, and I don't even think that would be efficient. And you'll see why. If to have it brick and mortar one product store. But I put right here HighBrush, which is an example of one of the competitors we're actually gonna take a look at, and we're gonna base our own a store that I created for you guys in this demo, like a demo store to teach you guys how to build a store and all of that. I picked a demo store, and It's basically one of the competitors I mimicked was HighBrush. So you guys will see like they're a prime example of a one product store. So we're just gonna go ahead and click here so you guys can have an idea of what that looks like in the drop shipping aspect. And by the way, this is a drop shipping store. It is a product you can get in AliExpress. But you guys will see that this drop shipper, this person who created the store, did such a good job that if you guys look at this, you would be convinced and you would think that this product is actually, it's actually that this product is actually like like an actual product that they manufacture or an actual branded product, where it's actually not. This is just an AliExpress product, and it's crazy because they've done such a good job, branding this. And I'll show you guys real quick, so you guys can see. Okay, so you'll see right here, it's like you've rushed 18 times in just 3 minutes. World's first fully automated toothbrush. And trust me, they're not the only ones selling this brush. Trust me, and you guys will see in the later modules how I show you how there's multiple stores selling this same exact product, but they just branded that in a certain way that when people land on this page, they think, oh my god, like they actually make this product. They actually own this product, and it just makes it feel more branded, and people will buy more because they'll trust your store more. Okay, so the masterpiece of our enterprise, products, specs, and then some graphics here. Okay, just like more towards the sales funnel things. You guys will learn more about that, so don't worry. And then they have a video right here, peak technology, peak performance. So they talk more about the product for you, unapologetically clean, very easy to use, boom, 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 referencing. So like, they have testimonials, kind of a weird way to call it, customer service, boom, boom, etc., etc. Okay, but you guys can see just the overall feel of this store is just very well branded, and you'll see actually it's highly mobile optimized because this is the mobile view. So if you were looking at it from the phone, which is what most people do nowadays, is just look at sites from the phone and buy from mobile. It looks really, really nice, doesn't it? This looks super professional, guys. Like you would think that they manufacture this and they own it. This is branded, but it's not. They just make it look branded. And this is what a one product store looks like, and what they achieve is this branding look and this specialty in one product that makes it feel much more trustworthy than a general store feels like, because general stores are all over the place. They're just gadgets and things like that. I'll show you guys an example of a general store, and you'll see how crazy it looks like. Okay, but I think it's called. What was it called? I forgot the name. Oh, Hygo Shop. Okay, this is an example of a general store. And I'll get more into this shop in a little bit, because in the next slides I actually talk specifically about stores. So let's just go there, okay? But I want you guys to have an example of what a one product store looks like. HighBrush is an example because it's only one product. Literally, that's all they sell, that one product. And that's why it's a one product store. It's a store built around it. And that's the approach we're taking, guys. All right, so let's go more specific, okay? So in general stores, I did a little pros and cons comparison within each type of store. Now, of course, the list is actually a lot lengthier. There's a lot more pros. There's a lot more cons to having a general store and even the other stores. But I only took maybe one or two key things from all the pros and cons there is, because that's not the purpose of this. I don't want to tell you here like all the pros and cons, because that's not the purpose. I just took like the most important ones, like the biggest pros, I guess you could say, and the biggest cons, so I can make a point, so you guys can see, what the flaws are with the product store type and what the good things are, and we can analyze them together, and we can see why I would rather pick one over the others. But I want you to understand first what the pros and cons are of each one, okay? Because I can't tell you why a one product store is good and it's the approach we should take without explaining, what the other ones offer, okay? But one thing you guys need to know is that every type of store, it can be profitable, It's not that we're going the one product store route because general stores and niche stores are no longer profitable. That's not the case. You can be successful with general stores, niche stores, or one product stores. It doesn't matter. You can be successful, but it's just that one does have more crucial advantages than the other. And I do believe that going the more branded route, you can be a lot more profitable than going the more unbranded or general store route. Okay, so with that said, yes, there's opportunity to make money in each, but I do believe one product stores are now what's trending, and it is the future, and it's something that dropshippers need to start gearing towards more, and they need to start leaving the general stores because they're not as effective as they used to be. So let's get more into it. Okay, so what are the pros of a general store? The general store has the ability to test any products quickly. That's the single biggest pro or advantage that general stores have, is that if a product fails, you can easily just put another product and test it real quick. You don't need to change your store. You don't need to completely change. You don't need to change the name of your website or your store. You don't need to change the theme. You don't need to change the colors. You don't need to change the descriptions. You don't need to change anything. All you need to do is add another product. You don't even need to remove the product that failed. You can just leave it there. It doesn't matter. And you can just add a new one and test that one. And then boom, boom. And it's just like that quick. And that ability to test quickly is what a huge advantage of the general stores. And this is one of the main reasons why back in the day I used to be a fan of general stores, just because it was quick and easy. And I always thought of niche or one product stores as the kind of stores where, like, oh my god, like if that product doesn't work out, that means I have to build a brand new store and start over. And no, I was like, oh, that's too much. That's too much work. I'd rather just test different products and have a general store and not have to worry about building a new store, especially with one product stores, because essentially that's what you have to do. Rebuild a store if you want to test a new product. But then over time, I realized that I much rather, have to do all the work again, but have a store being more branded, because in the long term, it's gonna give me, if I do succeed with that product, it's gonna give me a more branded feel and more success in the long run. I'll have more repeat buyers than I would in a general store, because a general store is just a general store. So you guys will see more what I mean. But the one disadvantage general stores do have is that, and this is what the main reason why I'm moving away from general stores, is that it is actually harder to build a brand. So just think about it. Let me show you this, okay? Again, look at HighBrush. Look how branded, high quality, and congruent this looks, okay? Just people coming in here will definitely think, oh wow, this is a somebody who specifically manufactures this, who specifically owns this product. And it's so innovative and new. Like, this is a brand, okay? This is something new, and it'll make people feel like they want to jump on it and be a part of it, okay? And whereas if you send somebody to highgoshop.com, which is it's an example of a general store, a dropshipping store. Look at this, like, okay, beauty, bestsellers, kitchen, lights, and lamps. So they sell anything, right? But look how crazy this looks. Look how many colors there is, like. And then you got these pop-ups that are very spammy, and they just become annoying. I'm sure if you guys are buyers yourself online, you probably hate those stores that have a lot of pop-ups. Like, they just bother you whenever you do, whenever you're on mobile, especially. You just want to get rid of it. Okay, look at this, like the little these little bands, and like just having a bit of everything. It just doesn't look very, very branded, and it seems like it just sells to whatever kinds of people, okay? And in the long term, it's going to be hard to target, to segment people, because you may have people that were interested in wellness previously, and then people who were interested in dog stuff. So it's a lot more work to actually segment stores, segment, the type of customers, because you have so many products and so many niches going on. And because that's what a general store is basically. A general store is a big collection of niches, And you might as well be Amazon or AliExpress that sells everything and anything, and just, it just looks so crazy. Like, I just don't like it. I don't think this is the branded route. It just looks like everything's all over the place. It doesn't look as branded. Um, and then they have customers review here, but again, it's like for all different types of products and things like that. Okay. So again, you guys can see like this is what a general store looks like, and again, this course, what is this course centered on, you guys? And this is the key thing that pushed me. One of the key things that pushed me to start doing one product stores and then even teaching one product stores is that I want you guys to get away from this. Get away from having too much. Get away from being too overwhelming and being hyper focused, like we talked in the mindset section. I want you guys to be hyper focused. I want to train you to really. I want you guys to be hyper focused, and I want to train you guys to really just be narrow minded. And it may sound bad, but it's not. Not in this case. Like just focus on one product at a time and try to make it work. Okay, I don't want you guys jumping to like 1,000 different products and having so many things, right? It's the same as trying different advertising platforms rather than just focusing on one, in this case Facebook ads, and trying to master this one before you move on to the next. The point I'm trying to make here, guys, is I don't want you guys to move forward too fast. I don't want you guys to move on from a product too fast. And I think that, and I know that if you take the one store product approach, like this store, like you see this store right here, and let's say you try the first time and it doesn't work, then this will actually, the fact that you have to rebuild this whole thing, and you not wanting to do that so fast, will actually push you guys to test even more, to test more interest, to test more ads, test more thumbnails and creatives. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. You'll learn it later in the course. But basically test different variations of ads in different types of audiences to try to hone in and truly find the audience that works and the ads that work until you make money. Okay, basically it prevents you from moving on from the product too fast, too soon. And that's one big thing oftentimes why a product doesn't succeed. It's not so much the product itself, because if you follow my guidelines that I will teach you in this course about product research and how to truly pick a product that is a winning product and that will make you money, if you do that right, then there's no reason why the product should be the problem. Most likely the problem will be on your ad, how you advertise it, the text you use, the thumbnails you use, the people you target. That's where the problem will be, and it will be 95% of the time it will be on your ad itself. And then I want you guys to really become better marketers. I don't want you guys to become better product finders, because that's something easy to do. I'll give you a method, literally step-by-step method that you can replicate and do every single time to find a new product. So that's one mistake I did before that I probably didn't talk about too in depth, but I would move on from products too quickly. But if you guys learn to, instead of move on from products, instead of trying to master how to find winning products, if you shift that mindset to learning how to actually become a better marketer, learning how to market a product better and better and better, that will take you even further. That will put you even, to the top 1%. That's something most dropshippers don't do. Okay, dropshippers that are not good are trying too many different things and they're just lacking success. Dropshippers that are learn to become good, they learn to test a lot of different products. Like they really play that numbers game until boom, they hit one. Okay, but dropshippers that are advanced, that are like the top dropshippers, and even crush those that are good and make way more money, it's because they don't move on from a product really fast. They keep trying and they keep testing different creatives and they keep testing different marketing angles and different audiences until they truly find they truly find that sweet spot, which is what we call it. Okay, so I want you guys to just start thinking more marketing than product. Okay, marketing over product. That's really the takeaway here. Okay, I want you guys to truly try a ton, try a lot to sell this product before you choose to move on from it. And I think and so therefore I hope you guys can see that having a one product store will force you guys to try more rather than having a general store, which you'll just move on too quickly. Oh, okay, this bag didn't work. I'm just gonna advertise this makeup thing. Oh, this didn't work. I'm just gonna go to this, and you're just jumping too much, and you're not being focused. Okay, and and then the same way you market makeup, it's not the same way you market this cereal container thing, whatever this is. You know what I mean? Like it's different types of people, different types of creative, different types of copy. So again, it doesn't keep you focused. It keeps you too much into different things, and it keeps you trying too many different things, and it doesn't keep you focused. Whereas if you're trying to market this many times, it keeps you focused. Okay, you're hitting the same people. You're using the same language. You're using the same type of the same type of thing. And here you're only tweaking your ad, and you're only tweaking very small things, very small variables, until you find that sweet spot. Does that make sense? Like here, if you move on from one product to the other, that's too many unrelated variables, and it's too much to focus on. Look at it just like we talked about earlier in the other videos. Just look at it as you being all over the place and trying too many different things. Whereas I would rather have you be hyper focused. Be one product and try your absolute best on this one product before you give up on it. Okay, so that's one of the main reasons why I moved to One Product Stores, to become a better marketer myself. And also I teach One Product Stores so that you guys become better marketers yourself. Marketing over product. Okay, I'm gonna teach you guys how to focus more on the marketing side of things, which is that's where you'll make the money. I promise you. It's not the product so much, and it's definitely not the store. It's marketing over everything. I promise you. Remember that, have that in your mind, because that's the foundation of this course. I'm going to teach you how to be a good marketer, okay? Most courses out there and most gurus teach you how to find winning products, and they teach you how to have the perfect store, but nobody teaches you how to have good marketing. They teach you how to run Facebook ads, and that's all well and done, but they don't teach you how to have good marketing, and that's such a crucial thing. It's literally break and make in your success here in dropshipping. Okay. Now let's go on to niche stores. Niche stores are easier to brand and have a fan base, so that's a pro. Okay, easier to brand and have a fan base. Okay, so it is easier because you're hitting one specific niche, one specific group of people, and it's even easier to retarget all those people or sell different types of things. And it's like if you only have a dog store. Let's say you have a Rottweiler store, specific breed store, which is what I would recommend. Everything you sell towards would be Rottweilers. So all these people that like one product for Rottweilers, they're going to like the other product because they're all going to be for Rottweilers, okay? So that's the cool thing about niche stores, is that you can always remarket those people. With a general store, maybe let's say you had 100,000 people that bought this cereal thing. Let's just say you had 100,000 people that bought this. This is like a blackhead sucker. Like this is something that'll suck your pinballs and blackheads. And then you're trying to market, these 100,000 people. And then maybe you're trying to market this bowl. I think this is for babies. I think it is, like, so that babies don't drop the ball or something like that. So trying to market. Like if you take those 100 people here and then you launch this new product and you try to market to those 100,000 people, just remarket those 100 people that bought this, it's not going to work, because these people may not have kids, and they just may not have, not all those people will have kids, and not all of them will be interested in this product. So because it's not the same type. Does that make sense? So if I was selling something, if I was selling something for Rottweilers, and then later I release another product for Rottweilers, then those 100,000 people that I sold here, for example, I can just remarket to those same 100,000 people, because if they were interested in this product, they'll most likely be interested in the same product because it's for the same type of people. This baby bowl, this safe baby bowl, is not it's not going to be for the same type of people as those who bought the blackhead sucker. They're just not going to be the same type of people, and so it's not going to work, and you're not going to make any sales, or you're barely going to make any sales. Now these two right here, the Dino cooking cutter set and the safe bowl, yeah, these are related, because these Dino things, if you don't have a kid, then you wouldn't care about making things look like in the shape of dinosaurs. And then, so these two, for example, are related. So like if you had a niche store that focused on babies, and you had the Saturn Bowl and you had the Dino Cookie Cutter, then yes, absolutely, that will work, and it's just much better. So it would be easier to brand, it would be easier to retarget, because it's the same, going to be the same type of people. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, guys. This is another reason why I don't want to do the general store approach, is because it's going to be a lot harder to, when you launch a new product that's completely different from the last one you may have had success with. It's just going to be a lot harder to remarket that. It's like you have to start all over again trying to get new buyers. And everybody knows in business, the easiest people to sell to are those that already bought from you in the past. And it's actually harder to acquire new customers. So that's the pros. And then the cons within the niche store, of course, is limited to testing products in only one particular category of niche. So yeah, this con is actually the pro of the general store, right? You can test a lot of products, different products quickly. So if one doesn't work, then you can test a different product quickly. Here, it's like you're only limited to one category. So let's say you do a Rottweiler store, and then your Rottweiler store, you've tried to sell a lot of products, but it just didn't work. Now, but you've really, really tried and it just didn't work for whatever reason. Now you're just like limited to testing those products. And rather, when you can be testing, maybe a product for cats, or maybe a product for, people with like, skin problems, or people with weight loss products, or things like that. You cannot do that because you're limited to your Rottweiler store. So that's a con of your niche store. You just can't make that switch, okay? So just know that. But niche stores are much more successful than general stores, in my opinion, if you do get to sell products and build that brand and fan base, okay? So that's one thing to keep in mind. And then I do want to say, now that we're going to move on to the one product store, now that you've learned about the other two, I do want to say that the goal of the one product store is to eventually grow and become a niche store. But that's the goal. Okay, so long-term goal of a one product store is to become a niche store because it's much more branded. But in the short term, you only want to hyper focus on that one product, and make it succeed before making it become a niche. Because like I said, it's the same concept as earlier. Okay, it's easier to market this first, and then market the dinos after you've had success with the baby market. So and then rather than just throwing a bunch of products first and not knowing what to market and what'll work, because it's always, you gotta work backwards. You don't want to. One of the big mistakes people make is thinking, oh, my store won't look legit unless I have a lot of products to start with. No, you only need to start with one product, and then after you have success with that one product, you build your store around more products related to that successful product, okay? So the right thing to do here, for example, if you were building, say, a one product store for the Safe Saturn Bowl, you can call it the SaturnBowl.com or something, right? That's a one product store, and you make your store just like this one, instead of this, it'll be the bowl, and you fit it to your bowl, right? Let's say you make a one product store around this bowl, and let's say this bowl becomes a sensation, and you are successful, you make a lot of money on it. Then yeah, you want to start adding maybe dinosaurs, or you want to start adding this cereal thing. It's related more to kids. So you want to start adding products that are related, that people still need to have babies to buy. So they're very, very correlated, or related to the main product of the one product store. And then once you start doing that, that's when you start moving from one product stores to more of a niche store. And trust me, guys, niche stores are much more branded and trustworthy because they're much more specific. So that's your long-term goal. You want to build that brand and have that fan base of same people. You can sell your products, every new product over and over and over, and consistently make money and not have to rely on cold traffic and bringing in new customers every single time, okay? So that's the huge advantage of both one product and niche stores over general stores. And I want you guys to understand that's a very, very key distinction. So finally, with one product stores, of course, the pros is you being hyper focused. Like this is one of the big things we're talking about in this course, and one of the big things you guys, I'm are going to be doing this whole course is just being hyper focused, just focusing on one product and truly making the marketing work for that product. Which just limits you to one product and getting you to try and make it work before giving up on it. Okay, that's what we've been talking about this whole time. The con, of course, of this is to test a different product, right? After you've tried everything, of course, like truly tried a lot of marketing angles, a lot of different ads, and a lot of different targeting and things like that, and you still didn't succeed, then yeah, okay, it's time to move on to another product. And of course, once that happens, to test a different product, you will need to change everything on your store, including your domain. But it's not as hard as it thinks, and I don't want you guys to limit you, because this is how I used to think, and why whenever One Product Stores came out, I was like, literally, this is what I thought. I was like, oh, that's stupid. I'm not going to do that, because why would I limit myself to, like, I wasn't a fan of niche stores before. Why would I limit myself to instead of testing one category, why would I limit myself to testing only one product? That's stupid, I said. And it's just going to be more work up front if that product doesn't work and you want to create another One Product Store. But then I realized that I was thinking too short term. I was not seeing the big picture, okay? And that's huge. With One Product Stores, you need to see the big picture. That's when I realized, when I did more research on it later on, then I realized that, actually I understand why now One Product Stores are becoming so popular. At first glance, it's not easy to see why, because you're thinking in general store terms, but then when you really see the branding side of it, how this can be long-term, this can build your brand in the long term, and how you can be more branded and more trustworthy, and just more specific, and create that little bit of an illusion to customers or people who come into the site that you are the one who came up with this brand new product, and you're like the one to come with this innovative product. Like, you guys have no idea. Just making it look branded is gonna be much more profitable for you, both short term and long term. It's gonna have a higher average conversion rate, an average conversion value, than if you were doing general stores. So I started to realize these things, and I was like, what am I doing? So I started testing One Product Stores, and boom, like, they actually have been much more profitable than I've ever could with general stores. So so it's just something that I chose to neglect at first, but I'm so glad later I actually started to analyze things and be like, no, wait a second. There's a reason why this new concept came out and why people are starting to do it. And then boom, I realized that it was because of the more branded feel in the long term, okay? The branded feel should be, I don't know why this is not here, but this works to double your advantage, okay? The advantage number one is it helps you be hyper-focused and not be all over the place. It helps you not give up on a product too soon and become a better marketer. Okay, so that's your advantage. But the overall advantage as a business, as a store, is that it has more of a branded feel than a general store, okay? And then in the future, this can become a niche store once it's successful, okay? So that so that you can build an actual brand and build an actual fan base, okay? And so I really, really, really like this. And just the difference between, if you guys are wondering, like, what's the difference between One Product Store and a niche store, and why not start a niche store first if that's our goal? That would be a really good question if you were thinking about it. The answer is very simple. It's because if you decide to start a niche store, let's say you pick the Rottweiler niche, okay, just to make it this simple, you don't know if that niche is going to succeed, okay? You just don't. And you're going to waste your time, building this niche, and then building, a bunch of products just for Rottweilers or whatever, and then it doesn't succeed, and now you just wasted like a lot of time, okay? Whereas if you do One Product Store, maybe I should just start a store with one Rottweiler product and see if that works. And then if one product works and you build your fan base around that, then it's easier to expand to a niche store with similar products, with a fan base that already bought from you before and trusts you, and just repeatedly succeed that way and just expand your success, right? In other words, look at as you starting a niche store is expanding before you even know if you're going to be successful in that niche. Whereas here, it's like the risk is a lot less. You only test one product, and if you're successful, then you expand. Okay, so you want to expand, you want to make yourself bigger only if you're successful first. Okay, and one product stores, just what they're called, one products. They let you test product by product, and until you find that successful one, and then boom, branch out to being a niche. Not the other way around. You don't want to be a niche first, and then you don't run the risk of just not being successful. It's just going to be more of a headache and more work for you. Trust me, marketing one product alone is already going to be a huge headache for you. Okay, I don't want to say headache, but it's just going to be a lot of work. Imagine trying to run a store with multiple products and test multiple products and things like that. Seriously, take it step by step, take it one by one. Be hyper focused. Focus on one product first, and then branch out once you're successful, not the other way around. Okay. And the cons, of course, yeah, we already went over that. But it's not. This is not a huge deal, guys. And look at this as in a very positive way. And in fact, at first I looked at it as, oh my God, that's a lot of work. But then I looked at it as, actually, this will actually get me to improve my store building skills, And this is something when you do the first time, it's going to take you a little bit until you get the hang of Shopify and the building platforms and all of that. But look at it this way. Let's say you build your first one product store, and let's say you tried everything and you failed, and then now you want to try another product that might be in a different niche or category. That is completely fine. All you guys have to do is literally you buy a new domain. Each domain is around $10. So you just buy a new domain, and then after you buy your new domain, all you do is you change your store colors, you change your store logo, your store logo and your store banner, and then obviously, you fit it to your new product. And yes, that is a little time consuming, but just view it this way. It actually will make you a good store builder and a good one product store builder, and being specific. And the reason for that is because people learn by doing, and not only by doing, but by repetition. So if you're repeatedly rebuilding your store for like different brands and different types of products, you're repeatedly going to be learning. And then trust me, you will become so good at building stores that you will build your store in like less than an hour, or maybe less than 2 hours at most. Okay, you will become so good at building stores that you'll do it so fast. Like it won't take you a few days. Like it'll take you a few days now when you get started, just because you're not familiar with the platform. But once you get good at it, boom. And that's what I do now. Like I do one product stores. I test and try different things. If it doesn't work, I just change the domain and I just rebuild the store really quickly. It takes me like 2 hours. Like I've gotten so fast and so good at it. And then boom, I launched again. And I keep trying until, okay, boom, this works. I'm going to build a brand on it. Okay. So that's how you guys have to think about it. Okay. To test a different product, all you have to do is change the domain, rebuild everything really quickly, and you'll see that you'll become so good at it through repetition so fast that this won't even be a thing. Like it won't even be a problem. Okay, so don't think the lazy way. Don't be like, oh, I'll just do a general store because it just avoids me from all this hassle. Don't think the lazy way. Think about it positively. Think about it as a way of learning how to master your store building skills, okay? Because most courses out there, they teach you to go the general route. And what happens with the general store route is that you only ever build your store once, and that's it. You forget about it. And then one day, whenever you want to start a new store or whatever, for whatever reason, you won't remember how to build a store because you only ever did it once. But here, because you did it multiple times through repetition, you'll become so good at it. Trust me, you'll become so good at it. And it's a good thing, because maybe the first time you build a store, maybe you didn't do it as perfect because it's your first time. But then your second time you build a store, you might realize, oh, wait, like I forgot to do this before, and maybe I can do this better here. And you'd be surprised, like the second time and the third time and the fourth time you build a store, you will learn and realize a lot of things. You will learn a lot more and realize that you missed a lot of things the first time. And so you will be actually becoming a master of tweaking and making your store even better than your last one ever was. And there's no way you can do that if you only ever build a store once, like with a general store, and then all you're doing is importing a new product every time you're testing. There's no way to learn how to tweak and master things from the store side than doing it the one product store way, where you you know, repeatedly build stores and tweak things as you go. Okay, so just look at it that way. Okay, look at the con in a positive way where you can benefit from it. You know, but I mean, from a cost side perspective, the only difference between trying a new product from a general store perspective and a one product store perspective, it's that in the one product store you'll only be spending $10 more because you're gonna have to change your domain to fit it to your new product every time you test a new one. And that's the only difference. It's just $10 more out of your pocket per product that you want to test. It's again, in the grand scheme of things and what brick and mortar business costs, is still nothing. Just look at it as a little extra expense that it's going to be much worth it in the long term, just because one product stores will lead to more of a branded look and feel and more of a brand build in the future once you make it a niche store. Okay, but remember, once it's successful, not before. Okay, and that is pretty much it, guys. And if you have any questions, you know, please feel free to participate in the private family group. Make sure you ask questions. I will answer any questions related to this. Okay, I know this was a lot and I went on a rant as always, but again, I want you guys to truly understand why we're going the one product route. Okay, and why you should stay away from general stores completely, and then why we should view niche stores as the long-term goal. Okay, first you test one product at a time. Okay, so that's so important to know in this business model. One product at a time, at least once a week. Okay, so you'll build one product store and you'll test one product, okay, around one product. And once that product is successful, then you start adding more products and making it look more like a niche store. And of course, those products that you add are gonna have to be related to your one product, to your actual one product. Okay, to your one product store. You know, you can't be doing a Rottweiler store and then all of a sudden you're adding makeup stuff. It makes no sense. So you have to keep it consistent, keep it niche, keep that branded feel. Okay, guys. All right, guys, that is it. Okay, thank you so much. I know this was a lot. Okay, now we're gonna start getting to the more exciting parts, which is doing product research, and then, you know, building your store, and then doing Facebook ads, which is my favorite section, and it's the money making section. So extra attention to absolutely everything, super extra attention to the Facebook ads part, and very important, guys, to always be following the outline. Go in the order that I explained in the outline video of the course, which is the very first video of this course. Okay, because that way you'll be successful, and do not skip everything. I hope if you have seen everything in order by now, thank you so much. But thank yourself more, because you're doing yourself a favor. Trust me on that. All right, guys, I will see you on the next